Here I am northeast of Sand Creek Crossing. Found a little peak here. Nice little spot to stop for the night. I'm going to try to give you guys a little update for week 1 and week 2. Week 1 was a little bit rainy. I started in Minneapolis to visit buddy Sean. We had a good time going out, but I decided not to do any camping outside Minneapolis like I was going to because it was all rainy and I didn't want to set everything up in the rain the first time. So I booked it over to Sioux Falls and checked out the falls there that were pretty cool. Then I went and watched a little bit of Monday Night Football and met some cool people there. The next day I went towards the Badlands, and those were beautiful. Definitely check out the Big Badlands on the northeast side. I wanted to do more backpacking and camping there, but again it was raining, so I decided to keep on moving west on to Rapid City, where it was still raining. It was just outside the Black Hills National Forest to finally do some dispersed camping, but I waited until it was done raining to get into the mountains, so that was a couple days there. Had some maintenance stuff to do. Then I went and found a campsite northwest of Custer, just a little spot, nothing too crazy, but the next morning I was running out of daylight, so I found a spot and called it quits for the night there. But the next morning I did a little more driving around and found a great campsite about 100 feet from the peak of Mount O Dakota. I spent 2 nights there, set up my whole tent and everything. I tried to do some GoPro videos there, give you the whole tour of my car and all that, but realized that my video skills were not up to par yet, so I'll still work on that video of the car tour. So that was week 1, and then week 2 started off with me finding out that my buddy Kyle lived in Rapid City, so I went back to Rapid City to visit him and watch the Packer game. That was a good time. Close one with the Vikings there. So then he had to go to work on Monday, so I went and had to leave early, but he put me up for the night, which is awesome. Thanks again, Kyle. And then I found a spot just outside of Deadwood, still in the National Forest, Black Hills. So that was fine. It was just a place to stop for the night. Actually, during the day though, I actually went to Sylvan Lake and did a couple hikes. They were beautiful, thanks to Kyle. He suggested them. The Sunday Gulch Trail, and then the Black Elk Ridge, which was formerly Harney Peak. Both of those were awesome hikes. Highly suggest that. So the next day I went to Deadwood and I walked around a little bit. Realized I was basically in a tourist trap that I didn't really have any business being in. It was all casinos and whatnot, you know, some old culture stuff, but nothing that I really wanted to do there. So I went and I did some small hikes outside of Deadwood. But then during the day I went in and stopped for a slice of pizza and a beer and talked the owner of a Deadwood distillery into letting me play on their little stage. So that was sweet. It was called the Blood Nose Saloon. So thanks to them for letting me play there. Had a good time. And then I worked my way up Spearfish Canyon the next day. There's lots of waterfalls there. Yeah, you just Google it. You'll find them. Bridal Veil Falls was all right. There's Rough Lock Falls. Some other trails there that you can get to by car pretty easily. Don't need to do too much hiking. I did some hiking, but didn't need to. Yeah, then I went into Spearfish, and that city is beautiful. I had to do some laundry and get re-up on some food and whatnot, do some shopping, and then I was going to head out right away the next day, but then I realized that my water bag had been leaking in my car all night, So I had to go back to Walmart and get a new water bag. And this time I got a 6-gallon hard plastic container, and not an expandable one like I had before. So that's been working good so far. Yeah, so then the next morning I decided to stick around Spearfish. I did some frolfing. They have like 27-hole frolf course. That was a long hike. That was a long ways. And then went to stadium bar for the Badger game the next morning, and met after the game. I just went outside and I realized that it was Autumn Fest, so I saw Chris Usinga playing, so I stopped in there and talked to him for a little bit, and ended up grabbing some beers afterwards, and then went to Flanagan's for a little jam sesh. He's a local guy, so he had he could do whatever he wanted around town, it seemed like. So yeah, we jammed at Flanagan's a little bit right when they opened, and then I played another short set list after he left, since we had everything set up, so that was cool. And then next morning I went back to the stadium to watch the Packer game, and we destroyed the Broncos, so that was good. 3-0 now, and now I'm here in the northeast of Sand Creek Crossing, and it's pretty gorgeous. Yeah. So hopefully I'll do these a little more regularly, like every week instead of every 2 weeks, so I can remember more of what I did. But if you want to see pictures of where I've been, follow me on Instagram. It's just Mitchell_Lang7, MITCHELL_LANGE7. Alright, I'm out.